Hello there. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I apologize for being pretty much everywhere for the last couple of weeks. I'm unavoidable. I know that it can seem like we've talked a lot, too much maybe, about racism, but understand that change is predicated on having ongoing discussions and holding ourselves to account. And that doesn't matter whether you're talking about racism and other kinds of bigotry, or whether you're talking about your strategic approach to success in your organization. If you're not continually talking about it, your eye wanders off the ball. It's human nature. I want to talk to you about bad apples. I watched pictures of I think it was Buffalo, New York, policeman pushing down I think relatively infirm and wonderfully outspoken old man. I watched them walk over him as his head bled onto the pavement. And I heard commentators from the left and from the right talk about a few bad apples. And they forget the rest of the saying, that a few bad apples spoil the barrel. In that particular case, when those officers came out of the bloody courthouse after being suspended, or out of their offices after being suspended, they were surrounded by the rest of their comrades who resigned from that particular tactical unit, but not from the police, of course, in solidarity. I hear this a lot in the organizations that I work in, especially now that many are scrambling to try and respond to the resonance within their organization amongst allies and black people and women and everybody who realizes that equity just makes everything better. But I'm hearing again and again, we don't really have a systemic problem. That's not why we have differential attrition. That's not why we have challenges with recruitment of people who aren't all the same. It's not why we struggle to see succession and progression of diverse communities. It's just a few bad apples. I think it's such a convenient thing to say, to imagine that we can dump all the negatives, dump all the evils of our organizations into the body of one or two people. But what's really interesting about the bad apple paradigm is that when you do dump all the terrible into a couple of individuals, the paradigm only holds any water at all if you immediately remove them. If they can exist because their P&L is great, because they've got this network of clients, because they're really clever and cutting edge, if they can be toxic just because they're talented, then the problem isn't a few bad apples. And that's the same whether you're a professional services firm or the police.